going on? We're here at Impressions Expo out in Long Beach, California. We got the man Stan Banks in the building. T-shirt side hustle. How we doing, Stan?
Doing good, man. Great show, great atmosphere, and as you've seen, it's crazy for me.
Yeah, you've been getting a lot of attention. It's cool. I attended your talk yesterday on social media and how it can help print shops and kind of your histories revolving around getting people that kind of excitement and knowledge around starting t-shirt businesses.
Yeah, definitely, man. I think social media it gives everybody access. And we're LA, so it's perfect to say Nipsey Hussle says, "Cut out the middleman," and we have direct access to take whatever we want to do, whether it's a T-shirt or some other product that you may make, and you can take it directly to the consumer, and you can provide impact, and nobody can stop you.
Yeah, and it's big too, just for like your reputation and for uh, democratizing the knowledge of information to share with a bunch of people. I mean, you got over 100,000 people following you and kind of learning from your mistakes and stuff. What's the biggest takeaway you have from these years of teaching online?
Man, it's a journey, man, and that's it's kind of cliche, right? But I've evolved, and people that follow me have evolved. And I started with a cameo, and I started screen print, and all of this stuff. But ultimately, it's a journey, and I think that's the biggest takeaway because right now I'm on a mission to show people what's possible,
Yeah,
right? And coming to a show like this, you get to see all the equipment and different things like that, but meeting people and then hearing stories about people's journeys and where they are now and where they came from, and it can inspire you, and that's what I'm here to do, to share those kind of stories.
yeah, it's probably exciting to see people start from like a cricket or a cameo, moving up to printer cutters or all this different types of technology that we see here today.
Yeah, man, I had a story. I went to Print Hustlers, and a guy pulled me to the side. He's like, man, 2 years ago I didn't know anything about print, and I watched your videos and some of my other counterparts online, and he's doing $500,000 in business 2 years
Wow.
later, right?
Yeah,
So when you talk about the possibilities of where you can start from and where you can go, it's also cliche to say, hey, you could go anywhere, you could do anything you want to do, but no, you really can. And with the power of social media and the power of the information that's accessible to everybody, there's no gatekeepers on information or anything like that. To take a free video or a bunch of free videos to learn something and to go leave what you're doing currently and go build a business that's doing $500,000 in revenue
yeah,
is
okay.
is massive, and it is possible. And I'm out now to again share some of those stories.
Yeah, that's one of the things we try to do, like at Grant Graphics with these sales kits that show, walls, windows, displays, vehicle graphics. A lot of our customers that buy these printer cutters don't really realize how many things can be done and all the technology out there.
Yeah, man, and it goes back to like just trying things and figuring out what you like to do, right? And we nobody ever uses their information or their equipment to capacity, right? Or use it for all of its possibilities. And you got to think, they say we only use 10% of our brain power for most
Right.
people, right? So how are you going to use the machine to its
Right.
full capabilities? But stuff like that and what your dad is doing and different things like that, from talking to him, is like, man, you got to show people, hey, you can do this, you can do that. That doesn't mean you have to do that stuff. You got to figure out what you enjoy doing, what makes sense, what your market is going to take, your customer base wants, and all of that stuff. And but knowing what's possible, because if you don't know what's possible, you don't know exactly where you can take it.
Right. Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, even in this book, that we've got faux leather, gloss paper, like metallics, window film. It's crazy all the things that
Man, I
these
know
machines
everything
can
you
do
talk
now.
about because I taught myself that
Yeah.
business. Before I got into this, I got into like the materials and different print materials
Mhm.
and stuff like that. So it's a plethora of things, right? And you want to get with a good company like you guys have, and have somebody that's going to show you some stuff, and not just try to sell you the machine and be there for the moment
Right.
until you give them your credit card and different things like that. Having somebody that's going to say, hey, man, what are you doing? Oh, that's great. Did you consider doing this, or
Yeah.
take a look at that? And show you some different things that are options based on what you have, and not always try to sell you the next piece of equipment
Right.
either. Like, yo, you could do more with what you have if you want to. If not, if you want to just stay in that pocket and do that, that's awesome. But, you know, I can just tell how passionate your dad is about it.
Yeah.
He's older. He's been in the industry for a while, but he's still upbeat,
Mhm.
and he has high energy about.
High energy,
Yeah,
upbeat.
yeah. Yeah, man. I can just tell from the energy that your dad has. He's really passionate about it, and you can tell a salesman from somebody who's selling based on what they enjoy
Right.
doing, and I admire that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I hope when
Yeah,
I'm
I
when
mean,
I'm 30 years into it, I'm like still got the same energy. I've managed to keep the energy up thus far.
yeah, no kidding. I mean, that's what drew me to your content, and that's why we're connected today. Is it's clear that the passion and the content that you're putting out, you're truly doing it, and truly, you know, putting out videos like this to be authentic and to help people, which is kind of rare to see these
Yeah,
days.
man, authenticity is easy.
Yeah, it's
Being
easy. Yeah,
somebody,
just be yourself.
being somebody else, man, it's hard to maintain it. I
Right
wouldn't
on.
be. I don't know if I'll be able to do that for 5 years.
Right.
It's like I want to do 0% of the stuff that I don't want to do,
Yeah.
and 100% of everything that I do want to do. And I have that mindset. Regardless of what opportunities come in front of me, if I don't want to do it or it doesn't make sense or it's not for my audience or what I think people can benefit from, I'm just not going to do it.
Nice, man. Well, you're here at Impressions Expo talking to people. People are coming up. What's next for Stan Banks?
Man, I'm just trying to build community right now. So, I was fortunate enough to get sponsored by Belly Canvas with, some other influencers to have a happy hour at this event. I think that's a small stepping stone to being able to build a stronger community around what's going on. I feel like there's a gap that needs to be closed. If you have a shop or a big shop, you got certain companies that reach out to you. If you're a crafter, you got companies that reach out to you, but nobody's really trying to build community in that mid-tier, that home business, fresh into a small shop or, 500 square feet, 1,000 square feet, trying to help them grow. So I'm trying to bridge that gap right there. And I'm, like you've seen my last speech, I had some of my friends come along with me. I want to share opportunity. And together we have a lot of individual success, but, I think, apart we have a lot of individual success, but together I feel like we can really create impact.
Yeah. That's what collaboration is, right? All helping each other out and learning from each other. Right?
Yeah, no doubt.
Nice, man. Well, thank you so much for doing this interview, and it's been awesome following you, and I look forward to seeing what everybody's up to in the future.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you for having me.
Yeah. Cheers.